You can see the paths being created. We're currently in the cottages of Phase 4 in Whispering Pines, and you can see how this path gorgeously winds up in between the trees, goes over the buffer, and then goes to the opposite side, which are the gardens. I'm on the other side of the street. I'm in the gardens of Phase 4. I just showed you the cottage path that goes from the cottages through the buffer that will lead down to the gardens. So this is the opposite side of the road, and this is what the path looked like from the buffer. Look at that. I love that it's not straight. Gives some character. It looks really, really pretty. So I'm in the gardens of Phase 4 on Whispering Pines. Oh, it's getting chilly out. The leaves are turning. I love it. But we do all these paths throughout the neighborhood. Again, I'm in Phase 4 in the gardens, and this one leads directly over to the cottages because we would like to promote interconnectivity between all of our homeowners. I did want to promote our walking path. So currently this is the parkway, and as you're coming in the main entrance, you'll continue down the parkway. Our pool amenity is to the left. If you were to stay straight, you would go straight ahead to our roundabout area that will then eventually go right to Phase 5. Left goes to Phase 3. And if you were not to turn into the pool area or the front entrance of Phase 4, say you're biking or you're strolling or you're with your kiddos, this is the path right here that goes, there's a connection over here. There's paths that could line all the way up between 1, 2, and 3. You can get all through those paths and end up right there on that sidewalk, cross over the parkway, and you'll be able to get onto your walking trails that go all the way through Phase 4. They are not yet paved, so they are not yet done, but they will be paved. They stay hidden, so they're private, and they'll go all the way through Phase 4 and eventually lead into Phase 5. Wanted to give an update on our walking trail extension. As promised, it will be done as soon as weather permits, and it will be paved. But you can clearly see where it will be. So I just came into Phase 5, and you can see the walking trails all the way through the back of the ridges. They wrap around, they come up right over here, so they will be paved, and we are about to show you Phase 5. Stand by. So I am currently in Phase 5, and as you can see, the concrete has been mixed into the subgrade, and this is a huge stage because with this being done, it takes about a week to set up. And then next, everything will be lifted up about 7 inches, and then curb and gutter will be going in. And this is a vital stage to get our roads paved. So I'm continuing my drive-through of Phase 5A. So Phase 5 is going to be broken down between A and B. I've said that a couple of times, actually numerous times. As I'm driving, you can see the back of Phase 4. That's the ridges. And then you'll get a little sneak peek over here of the walking trail, showing you different shots coming into Phase 4 and then leading up to Phase 5. Of course, with the concrete being mixed into the subgrade, everything being lifted with curb and gutter before paving about 8 inches, 7 to 8 inches, you can get a really good idea of how the home sites will look. What's going to be relatively flat, what may taper off, down, or up. It's just a very exciting stage of construction for us because the roads are almost paved. And I'm telling you, I'm going to give my November 15th, I do an update. If I have your email address, you're working with a realtor or myself, Bo or Ben, as our buyer, I give an update the 15th of every single month, and I will give you an update on where we're at with the paving date. But this is very exciting because concrete being in the subgrade, getting ready for curb and gutter, is just a really, really good stage for construction for our roads. So, looks like Phase 5B is coming right along after Phase 5A, maybe 2 to 3 weeks apart. This is huge, Augusta. All right, now I've wrapped around and I'm continuing to look at the home sites in the ridges. That is Windmill Plantation that is peeking through the trees right there. That's the side of the road that I'm on. As I continue to drive, you'll see that all of these ridges lots are to the right. Then up here on the left-hand side, you will see that goes into the cottages, and I'm about to take a left now. So again, ridges, home sites, windmill peeking through. I have taken a left, and these are going to now be cottage home sites. Same thing applies. Anytime we can keep a buffer, we're going to. You see the buffers on the back of the home sites over there. That's going to be the gardens. Ultimately, if I was to stay straight and take a left on the other street, that would be going into Phase 5B. I would be exiting the estates into the roundabout that's directly in front of phase 3. We have just come out of the cottages of phase 5A directly into phase 5B. I know I'm going a tad bit fast, but I wanted you to see that up here on the right hand side, all of the concrete has been mixed into the subgrade here. But as I come up here, you're gonna see that going into phase 5B, you will see the mixing machine straight ahead. So the differences in the roads pretty obvious. As I take a left into the gardens of phase 5, this is gonna be phase 5B, these roads will be the last to be paved. The gardens then go up into the estates that enter into the roundabout that is directly in the middle of the community past the pool. I know it's really hard to see. It looks like a bunch of dirt with trees in the background, but it's really important if you're watching this video for you to understand. So I'm going through phase 5B, and we have estate lots on both the left and right hand side of the road. Once I reach this point right here, this is all green space, protected green space on the right hand side. On the opposite side of the road, you are going to see estate lots only. I'm so sorry about all the bumps. I promise I'm doing my very best. It's hard when you're on non-paved roads. So these are the estates of phase 5B. The estates here, if you go behind me, they're on either side of the street, and across from these respective home sites is all green space. If I was to continue driving forward, I would dead end into the roundabout. If I stayed straight, I would go to phase 3. If I went around and took a left, I'd go back out of the main parkway, and the pool would be on my right. How exciting was that update? I hope that helped your chilly October day. I showed you a number of things. First, I showed you the cross block walks that promote interconnectivity. We do that in all of our phases, and the ones that are going in phase 4 as we speak. I also showed you the update of the walking trails. It's been there for some time. I showed you where you can enter from the parkway across from the pool, as well as where you can exit going into phase 5. And then I showed you phase 5. So nobody should have seen this yet because you are not allowed back here, but if you watch the videos, you would not be seeing me unless you just watch those videos. You saw a lot of exciting things, and I know that if you're not in the construction business or you're not in the development business or new homes business, it's hard to see the progress, but this is huge. Having concrete mixed into the subgrade, getting ready to do curb and gutter, and then of course comes paving, and that is what we are all waiting on, is paved roads. So right now it's setting, takes 7 days to set. Next week, curb and gutter, we'll give you an update on that. And it's just very exciting time. So I hope you enjoyed. I know some of the roads were a little bit bumpy. Did the best that I could with driving and videoing at the same time. All of you that are interested in phase 5, we have an extraordinary list started, and we are so excited for you. I'm doing an update the 15th of every month. So November 15th is around the corner, and you will get an update on where we're at with everything. This is just a mini preview before that. You will also see some very exciting things like text codes going up on signage in the neighborhood that will allow you guys or any friends or family that are coming in that want respective information on phase 5 to text that number, and they will be put into the same email threads as all of you that are getting updated the 15th of every month. Remember, if you are working with a realtor, we cannot talk to you. We have to speak to your realtor on your behalf. Please, please don't fib. I know you don't mean to do it on purpose, but it's not anybody's benefit if you don't tell us up front. If you're not working with another realtor and you want our representation, we are all realtors. My license number is 336421. Some people still think that I'm really just a new homes builder agent. While I have all the listings out here at Whispering Pines and the builders are my clients in this neighborhood, I am a realtor. Bo and Ben are realtors. We are realtors in residential real estate, and these are our listings. We would love the opportunity to work with you as our buyer out here. If that's the case, we will be communicating with you directly, giving you updates, and we will be meeting with you and doing all of those things. If not, and you have somebody else that is representing your buying needs, we have to communicate with them only, not you and them, not you to them, to us, to them only. if you're going to work with us and we are going to be representing you, we can work together. So if you're interested in phase 5, if you have not yet already, go ahead and text me 706-631-1983. Let me know your name, your number, and of course your email address will be put on our list, and you will receive the next update on November 15th. Stay warm. It's cold. I love it. It's scarf and boot season. Woohoo! And I hope everybody has a great rest of the week. And this is very exciting for phase 5. 148 home sites this close to paving. Stay tuned for the 15th.